Welcome back to Josh the Warrior TV, where I talk about fitness, faith, and food, right? And today I'm gonna try to do a reaction video that I seen on YouTube. I want to try to get more into reaction videos and just share my opinion or just share some videos on my channels with other subscribe people who subscribe to this channel. That what I usually always share or talk about, which is fitness, and the type of fitness that I always share is calisthenics. And I'm a person that is big in a fitness lifestyle. And when it comes to fitness or exercising, um, I'm not a guy who say I would always believe calisthenics is better than everything. I believe just fitness in general is good for everyone, right? Because of a lifestyle of just being active and productive and moving your body, because it's like what it always says, or whatever I heard this saying. I don't know where I heard this saying, that movement is medicine, health is wealth. So any type of fitness is good, but I always think about real safety kind of type of workout, like, which I'll get into it on another day, right? So this video, what I got here today, is called "Are Calisthenics Better Than Weights" by Joko Willink. All right, so let's get into the video.
What's your opinion on calisthenics versus weights?
Again, for me, both. I like them both. With calisthenics, you get that endurance strength, you get some flexibility and some mobility out of it. They're pretty natural movements, right? They're pretty natural movements. They're things that you're doing with your human body. So they're going to be more natural. Weights obviously make you stronger, more explosive. At a certain point, they also can be more injury inducing. And at another point, they're also less injury inducing. So there's a certain point where if you have an injury in your shoulder and you normally would do handstand push-ups, which means you're lifting up 230 pounds, well, with weight training, you could lift up 40 pounds if you want to, right? So it goes both ways, where sometimes calisthenics might be the more injury inducing thing, and sometimes weight training might be the more injury inducing things. That's why you got to balance the two of them. And for instance, if I hurt my ankle a couple months ago and I could not put any weight on the squat bar. So I was just doing, pistols and air squats, jumps and box jumps. I was using things that didn't have any weight because I could do all that. But the minute I put weight on my back, anything above body weight, it started to hurt. And so I just needed to let that thing heal. And I used the calisthenics to get me there. And then the same exact opposite, I had my shoulder was tweaked 6 months ago. And I was having a hard time doing handstand push-ups because it was just the wrong angle. And so I was I was doing press with a lighter weight than my body weight in order to keep the blood moving, in order to keep the system moving, because that's what I think you got to do. So I think you got to find a balance of both, which means I'm not great at either one of them. I'm not going to win in any weightlifting competitions, and I'm not going to win in a gymnastics competition either. And there are some guys, especially now, there's some guys that are getting in sick shape. You watch the guys in the CrossFit Games right now. They're savages, and they're doing both the calisthenics and the weightlifting. And actually, I was reading something about it the other day, and it's becoming more weightlifting focused.
When it comes to CrossFitters, remember the calisthenic movements that they do is not real calisthenic movements, because a lot of ways they do pull-ups and push-ups is not strict movements, right? Maybe now they are. I think they are doing they're trying to apply it. I'm not too sure, but I remember at one time they was trying to apply strict pull-ups and strict push-ups and stuff like that. They don't do dips. The only thing that they might do is handstand push-ups, if I remember right, against the wall or something like that. But a lot of the times is that the way they move their body is not true calisthenics when it comes to CrossFitters, right? So calisthenics is an art of great form. Uh, and what comes with great form, it shows your strength through great form, because you're not doing momentums with pull or push. Anybody can push or pull with a momentum. And when you know about calisthenics and you know about the art of it, you would see a big difference. Like anytime when I go to the gym and when I see someone performing a pull up or a push up or a dip, the moment I can tell either they know about calisthenics, they know the beauty of it, they know the art of it, right? And I can tell if they're a CrossFitter, I can tell if they're a bodybuilder, I can tell by their pull up endurance, their push up endurance, their dip endurance. And well, I'm gonna get back to it. Let's get to this video, finish this video, and then I'll explain a little bit more.
Thing focused, whether it's Olympic.
Wait, what is
the
CrossFit?
CrossFit.
Okay.
I shouldn't say it's getting that more focused, but if you want to win the CrossFit games, you got to be able to lift some heavyweights. You got to be able to deadlift a lot, snatch a lot, clean and jerk a lot. And if you can deadlift a lot, clean and jerk a lot, and snatch a lot, you're going to be able to do, and at least you practice the other movements, the muscle up, the pull-ups. You're going to be much more apt to be able to do those things than the other way around. So, I mean, it's for somebody that can do a body weight snatch is more likely to be able to do 50 pull-ups in a row than somebody that's able to do 50 pull-ups in a row and that's their focus in life is able to automatically do a body weight snatch. I mean, that's just the reality of it. That's what I think right now. But the bottom line is on those, I use both of them. I like to try and find that balance, and I think I use both of them according to what my body prescribes me.
So there you got it, right? So he I agree in somewhat he does say. I think both is great. I can relate to him. I do a little more calisthenics than I do weights. But when it came to fitness, my first love in fitness was weightlifting. It was benching, squatting, deadlifting. I felt that push-ups and pull-ups and dips came as a dessert after a workout. So I do agree. I mean, to this day, like my journey in fitness, I used to do like 80% weightlifting and then 20%, excuse me, calisthenics, or sometimes 70-30, 70% weightlifting, 30% calisthenics. But the great thing about calisthenics, there was times that I knew that I didn't have time or I couldn't do no weights due to the circumstance where I was when my journey in fitness, due to being incarcerated. So I learned how to use my body weight as doing multiple sets and reps of push-ups, burpees, and body squats and stuff like that, right? So that was the benefit at my time when I was learning it. But I enjoyed more weights at that moment of my life when I was in my mid-20s, and just doing extra push-ups and pull-ups was later. Or I would do calisthenic movements on my rest days. But as I learned more of the benefit and the art of calisthenics, I do more calisthenics now. As you get older, I believe it's safer. I believe it's more benefit for longevity. I believe it's better on your joints. Depends how you train in calisthenics. Like there's a lot of people who go over to the extreme, either because they're athletes or just to share their philosophy of being over extreme, of how strong you can be, limitless, right? So, but those can come with side effects as real bad tendonitis, joint problems, surgeries, right? And anything when you do something to an extreme when it comes to fitness. So, in my opinion, to that question, when it says, is calisthenics better than weights? To me, yes. But there should be a balance if you do it. Today, it's reverse. I say I do more calisthenics, right? I do 70% calisthenics and I do 30% weights. I try to do 3 days out the week weights, I try to do compound movements, and I try to apply it 3 times. But most times, what's mandatory that I get my push-ups, my pull-ups, my dips, and my burpees. So that's my routine and my style of training today. So, but I don't see nothing wrong doing weights, especially when you're in your early 20s. But I do believe people who get into a fitness lifestyle should start off with calisthenics. And from calisthenics, they should be able to graduate to go into weights. I believe everyone should master their body weight before picking up weight, right? So that was a great video. I want to try to do more videos like this on fitness and especially on calisthenics. I want to talk more about calisthenics, but I don't mind talking about history of fitness. But in my opinion, I think calisthenics is way better than weights. But if you do weights, there is no problem. There should be a balance. And like I said, if you're barely starting, you should start calisthenics first. And calisthenics goes a long way. I can break this down in a long topic or subject that how the better benefits of calisthenics. But movement is medicine, like I said earlier. Health is wealth, and it's always better to just do something and participate in any kind of fitness resume and just apply it and be open to every type of fitness and workout. But calisthenics is just my lane, and I got into it and I learned more about it as over the last 10 years. Like my friend would always say, he considered myself as a practitioner because I share it, I teach it, and I apply it in my everyday life. I'm not an athlete, but I like to share the art and the beauty of calisthenics, which is a big thing in my life, and it's part of my lifestyle, and it's something that will stick with me every day as I move forward by the grace of God and the will of God, right? I'm just being grateful that I'm able to do pull-ups, push-ups, and do these movements, and to appreciate life with life and health and the prosperity of being strong and successfully able to work out kind of in high intensity, but and keep up with people that is younger than me. So to me, that's considered a success in my fitness journey. I don't need no medals for that. You know what I mean? It just proves that I'm able to work with the younger guys and be a lot older than them. People don't even know when I train and work out with my community. They don't even know I got 15 or 20 years on them, right? But I'm just grateful for that. So that was a good topic, and I hope to look forward to share more videos on stuff like this, which is a reaction video. This is my first reaction video, or maybe second, but I want to probably do more. So thank you for watching this video. Like I always say, I hope you subscribe, like, leave a comment of this topic that I was talking about. If you like weights, share your opinion why you think weights is better than calisthenics. If you think calisthenics is better, share your comment, share your opinion, and please hit that notification button. And I want to continue to be consistent and share more videos like this, and see you on the next one. Peace.